Hey my Cancers, this is Tarot and White Oracle, where we get into the cloud to see what we see. So this is your next 30-day love reading. We will be diving into your person's feelings, thoughts, wants, and actions. And remember that this is a general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And thank you, Divine Creator, for channeling guidance to our Cancers. Cross watchers, remember energy can be flipped. We're going to start drawing from past, present, and future energy, and I'll read the future energy at the end of the reading. While I was meditating, I was hearing from here to eternity, and from here to eternity is what kept coming up. And I was also hearing wild horses couldn't drag me away. So let's go ahead and dive into it and see. This will be for your soul tribe, soul mate, soul twin. And that's who I read for, more high vibing in the collective. Of course, there's also karmic soulmates, a lot of karmic in soul twins, and sometimes karmic in soul tribes. So take it as it resonates for you. We're going to go ahead and dive into our past energy. So the Emperor and the Queen of Cups is what I'm getting. So there's a strong sense of solidifying this relationship. This is a strong energy of what's in heaven being made here on earth, a soul tie, a strong soul connection. The Queen of Cups, of course, is a very strong emotional connection. So there's a soul and emotional, very strong connection here. From the get-go, I can feel that. Also, you may be feeling your intuition growing. You may be having dreams. You may be feeling telepathic with your person. She's looking straight at him. So this is like a partnership. And the masculine energy is all in his soul, feeling the soul connection, and the feminine is in her intuition and her emotional, feeling the connection, and she can see right into him, and so it feels like there's a strong telepathic connection here between you. Then the current energy, we do get the Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles, and so this is a strong card that has to do with, of course, investments, real estate. You guys may be looking forward to move in together is what comes to mind, or take that next step in the relationship, or one or both of you are wanting to do this. And this is a card of a lot of movement, moving forward, fast action, but it's also leaning toward what feels right to you according to what your calling is, your soul is telling you. So this is a strong energy of just taking the relationship to the next level. So this is a beautiful energy for the two of you. So let's go ahead and dive into our current feelings and current thoughts, and then we can go ahead and dive into wants and the actions over the next 30 days, as well as the future energy. So let's see here for our feeling space for our Cancers. Let's see what comes up. All right, we do get the Knight of Swords. Not my favorite energy to see. It does remind me of arguments, not being on the same page with the way that we're talking back and forth. This kind of wants to come out. I'll keep that there. Let's see what else we get. Cancers over the next 30 days. All right, we do get the Ten of Wands. Okay, so Cancers are feeling a sense of, it feels to me like there's arguments here, there's a struggle that's been carried over issues that you guys are working through, that you guys aren't on the same page about, maybe arguing back and forth about, and maybe some sharp words, and there's some sort of issue that you're finally wanting to put to rest, and the Cancer is feeling like it's time to put it to rest. They want to put it to rest. They're going to put it down. They're tired of going around in circles about it or talking about it or not being on the same page. It could have to do with the way that you're moving on to the next stage in your relationship, the place you want to live in, how you guys want to handle that business. I do see the Knight of Pentacles as the highlighting energy as well. So this is a sense of maybe you're not on the same page about the finances, the money, who's doing what in terms of if you're living together, or even if you're just talking about it or wanting that, how are things divvied up in the financial sector between you two? There's something around that energy. And if you're not living together but you're wanting to, this is simply an energy around wondering about how all this is going to play out in terms of the finances. And there's, of course, an issue you guys are putting to rest, or at least the Cancer is feeling like they want to put it to rest. The Chariot is a strong energy, of course, of movement, but this came out in the reverse. So in the next 30 days, the Cancer is feeling like, even though we're moving forward, we're taking initiative to get to that next step, that next level, there's a sense of stall in the energy, a sense of not being able to move forward just yet, because discussions are being rehashed, issues around money are being talked about, something in this regard. But take it as it resonates. I know for a lot of you, you might not be moving in together, but you could be thinking about it, or your person could be. Let's see what the Cancer's person is feeling in this over the next 30 days. All right, we do get the 10 of Wands. And we get the Ace of Cups. Okay. And we get the Hangman and the Ace of Wands. Really interesting energy. So you have a reflected energy here. This energy is being mirrored between the two of you. You are feeling like there's something that's been talked about too much and rehashed, some sort of issue, some sort of struggle, a burden. This is a really heavy energy of just wanting to lay something to rest. And I see this showing up for the Cancer's person as well, the Cross Watcher. This is someone who is saying, hey, I'm on the same page with you. I don't want to be dealing with whatever issue keeps coming up either. Let's put it to rest. Let's move forward. And there's a strong energy around wanting the Ace of Cups and the Hangman and the Ace of Wands. This is a really beautiful energy, a fresh energy of moving forward, of wanting to let go of whatever was in the way of the relationship and moving forward in a really beautiful, positive energy, just letting go and trusting God. That's what this energy is. It's a strong energy around opening the emotions again, talking about things in a fresh way, a new way. This is a really beautiful, highest potential possibility energy. Like, we can do anything together. Let's just trust each other, trust the process, trust God, and let's go ahead and support each other emotionally, be there to a willingness to open up emotionally, a willingness to be there emotionally and have a fresh start in this energy. So the Cancer's person is trying to move this forward, I see. And remember, energy can be flipped, so flip it if you need to. Let's go ahead and dive into our thought space. What is the perception of Cancer? Remember, this is what Cancer is perceiving. This isn't necessarily the truth, but this is what they perceive the truth to be. And okay, so we do get the Lover's energy. So many of you are dealing with twin flame, mirror soul, twin soul connections, or divine masculine feminine soulmate connections. This did want to then tip over. So there's a sense of, I perceive you, and I see this strong soul tie between us. And I feel that energy here, as well as here. And of course the Wands energy is reminiscent of it, and we get it again here. And so there is a strong soul tie here, but there's also a sense of imbalance. Like something is not quite balanced yet, and I feel it here in the Chariot being reversed in the Cancer's energy. So over the next 30 days, they're putting this issue down that has been between you, whatever you guys have been rehashing, but they're not quite ready to move forward just yet. They feel like there's still an imbalance. But the imbalance, I feel, is more on the Cancer side, because Cancer's person is really open. Their energy is so open to whatever will be, and trusting what will be, trusting the connection, trusting God, trusting the process. So I really feel like it's more coming from Cancer's side, but take it as it resonates. I do see the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Again, the Cancer is perceiving this connection or their person as there's some sort of restriction, and they're not really sure what to do about it. There's a lot of in your head about what decision to make. What is your person up to? Some sort of skepticism, doubts. This is just a lot of fear energy on the Cancer side. And this is what's stalling the feeling space, and therefore the movement forward. There's an imbalance from fear, and there's a restriction around this love, a restriction around the trust, and an indecision, an inability to know. They're too much in their head, Cancer is. Cancer, what's going on with you? You're a feeling sign. Get into your feelings. All right, let's go ahead and see what Cancer's person is perceiving. All right, so Cancer is 6. Cancer's person is 6 of Swords reversed. 9 of Wands reversed. And the Star. Oh, that's beautiful energy. So you both get the soulful energy right on the outside of your perception. You both can see that this connection is special. Of course, this is your North Node, your fate, your purpose. This is your right timing, your right person. This is also all about healing. And so you perceive your person as the Emperor, Queen of Cups coming together. And your person, Cancer perceives their person as the Emperor and Queen of Cups. So you're each perceiving each other in a similar way. But there's two energies on the outside which are getting in the way, and of course Cancer is perceiving this connection with a lot of fear, or they think that their person, there's some sort of restriction around their person, or that their person is bringing to this an indecision. And Cancer's person is also having a lot of restriction. So this is a stuck energy. This is like, I'm not brave enough to move forward. And so your person, Cancer, is perceiving you as someone who is stuck, not willing to move forward, not taking the initiative, not brave enough to take this next step just yet, which is what you both are wanting, but yet your energy is clogging you up. And the Nine of Wands reversed is also stuck energy. This is a sense of, in the upright, you know, you've had a lot of battles to fight, but you're persevering. You're still committed to the task. You're making it through. In the reverse, it's like, I'm stuck in this struggle. I'm stuck in the struggle, and I am stuck in not being brave, in the uncertainty. There's too much fear around the uncertainty. So I feel like it's really coming from Cancer's side. And but Cancer's person can perceive that in you, Cancer. They can see the fear. They can see that you're stuck. They can see that you're not being brave. And Cancer is busy not knowing what to decide about this connection, not knowing how to undo the fear, which is restricting the movement forward. So let's go ahead and take a look in our next layer of energy, which is all about our wants. So let's see, what does Cancer want over the next 30 days? All right, they do want the Queen of Pentacles. So they want that commitment. They want their queen, take gender as it resonates. Cancer may be connecting with an earth sign. This is a strong Capricorn, Taurus energy. It doesn't have to be, take it as it resonates. They're wanting that, you know, solid relationship with you though. Whether that means moving in or getting married, maybe starting a family, or for some of you, it's just simply going from situationship to relationship. But it is a real strong energy though. So it feels like for most of you, it's a big step, whatever this next step is. And we've got our Eight of Cups. Our Eight of Cups is in reverse too. All right, let's see what other energy we get. All right, so we have the Fool energy. Okay, so in our wands, our Cancer is wanting to solidify something here for sure. The Eight of Cups, when it's upright, is about moving into that emotional space that makes the most sense for them. Moving out of the emotions that are not working for them and moving toward those that are. A lot of times it can be healing. Sometimes it can be moving out of a relationship if the relationship is very toxic. But it's a sense of moving forward to what is aligned for you. And since it's in the inverse, again, this is a stuck energy. It's like the Cancer is stuck here, 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 and here. And even the love they're feeling is off balance right now. There's a lot of fear around it, therefore a lack of movement, and there's a lack of emotional processing to move forward through that fear. So Cancer is wanting to emotionally process, but right now their emotions are stuck, and their mind space keeps going around and round in circles. They do want that new beginning. They want that next chapter. So if you guys are, you know, talking about that next step, there's a big sense of them wanting that with you. They're wanting to jump into something new with you. But if you guys are already living together, or if you guys are already married, there is a sense of dichotomy here with your person. On one sense, they want that commitment, but on the other sense, they're wanting to jump from it. And it's because their emotions they need to process, and they're getting too hung up on fear and fear cycles in the mind. Let's go ahead and dive into the wants of Cancer's person. Oh, this is a very interesting reading, Cancers. My goodness. You have a lot going on and a lot of beautiful soulful energy. There's soulful energy here, here, with the Lovers, the Star, and of course we have our two aces, which is beautiful. All right, so this one is the Empress. So the Empress is in reverse. And wow, okay. The King of Cups is also in reverse. And the Four of Swords. Okay, so what your person is feeling, all of this stuck energy from you, Cancer. They're feeling that lack of emotional support, the lack of showing up emotionally. They're wanting it here, you know. They can feel, they're feeling very open, and they're wanting to open up to you, but you are stuck, and they feel that, they perceive it, and they want you to get out of that imbalance. This is a sense of being overwhelmed, a sense of emotional imbalance, not being there emotionally to support your other person. And so they're wanting you to get out of that, because this energy is a strong energy of spending that time that you need on yourself to heal. So what they want is for you to get out of your stuck energy, to get out of your head, get out of the fear, and emotionally process what you need to do so you can move forward. So let's go ahead and get our action. Well, before we get our action, let's go ahead and read our perception energy, our overall perception energy from both sides. All right, so we do get a purifying energy from Cancer. So Cancer's perception of this connection has a lot to do with healing themselves, purifying themselves, cleaning up, sweeping up, emptying out the old self. So the perception in this connection has, from Cancer's perspective, is I'm able to work on myself, I'm able to heal. From Cancer's person, or the cross-watcher, there's a sense of hurricane, upheaval, destruction. So this is what I was feeling when I was reading it, that the energy is coming from the Cancer that's disruptive, and that's what our thematic energy shows as well. The cross-watcher is experiencing this as a hurricane, an upheaval, a destruction, a disaster. So they're feeling all of this stuck movement, stuck in the head, stuck in the emotion, energy from you. Because this is our feeling space and our thought space, and this is our want space. So this shows a lot of needing to heal. And your person is experiencing a hurricane on this side because of your lack of healing. From the universe's perspective, or God's perspective, this is about transformation. This is about learning who you are and growing from it, evolving, transforming, and having those new beginnings with fresh energy through the processes of healing and letting go of things in your past, emotionally, mentally, and letting go of those things that aren't working for you. We also get a strong twin flame energy, mirroring shared feelings and reflection. So this is the third strong soulful energy. So this feels like a twin flame, mirror soul connection going on. We get 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 energies now of that. The Empress, of course, is what is above. Let's make that below. This is a strong soul contract. So we get 2 soul contract cards as well. It's like we've got a soul contract together. We're doing something here on earth on a soul level, but I see that you're not following suit right now. You're too stuck in your head and fear and ego mind to understand what it is your purpose is right now. So very interesting. Let's go ahead and look at our actions. And all right, so our actions over the next 30 days for our Cancers. All right, we get the 9 of Swords. My goodness, Cancer, get out of your head already. All right, let's see what our other energies are. Okay, we do get the 10 of Swords and the Page of Wands. Okay, so for actions, the Cancer is still stuck in their head, but at least their energy is upright and not reversed. So there's a sense of a lot of stress and anxiety popping up. And there's a strong energy of letting it go, putting an end to it, letting go of this painful experience that they're having mentally and emotionally. The Page of Wands is in the reverse. So it feels like over the next 30 days, for a big group of you, the Cancer is taking a break. They're like, this current energy of moving to the next step, whatever that next level is too much for me right now, and I need to put a pause on it. For another group of you, there is a sense of your person wanting to take the time to process and heal what it is that is bothering them, what keeps coming up and interfering. But because the Page of Wands is in reverse, there's a sense of them also just putting a break on it. This is a strong energy of ending. Of course, this can be around ending their emotional and mental anguish. It's a very painful energy, but it's an energy of ending. So for some of you, they're still in connection, but they're just taking a pause. And they're like, I need to take a step back. I need to breathe. Maybe I need some me time. I need to take a walk in nature. For others of you, they want to separate, and they're not really sure how much time they need in separation. So let's go ahead and see what we get for our actions for our cross watchers. This one kind of wants to come out. Wow. So Cancer's person is getting a lot of aces. Beautiful energy. And it's no wonder that you are, because this feels so much like a twin flame mirror soul connection. And we often, most of the time, will get ones. 1-1-1 energy will always show up, and threes in these kinds of connections. It's just how it works. All right, so let's go ahead and see. All right, we get a 7. Okay, so the crosswatcher or Cancer's person is wanting something to start here. They're wanting to start a new life with you. They're wanting to take a direction toward that next step, that next level. They want to do life with you. They want to move. They're going to be present. They're going to approach you. They're going to be present with you. They're going to want to do that new life with you in whatever way that means. They are getting the 9 of Swords, whatever that means for you. The 9 of Swords is a mirrored energy here. They're also getting the 9 of Swords as you're getting the 9 of Swords. So they're also experiencing a lot of stress over this. I feel like for the Cancer, this is stress, anxiety, mental anguish. But for the Cancer's person, I feel like this is just really stressful for them, trying to get this together, and issues keep coming up. I also see the 7 of Wands. So there's a strong sense of defending themselves, protecting themselves, showing up for what their wants are, what their needs are. And they're having stress around that because it's like they want a new beginning with you. They want this next step with you. They want to take this to commitment. They want to move in. They want to get married. They want to start a family. Whatever that next step is for you, they want that. They want to do life with you, and they're going to take action toward that. But they're really stressed out about having to protect themselves, defend themselves. And I was picking up on arguments that you guys are having, and it feels more like the Cancer is just trying to argue something to push their person away in some way, in some capacity. So let's go ahead and let's look at our future energies. This future energy, of course, is after the next 30 days. So this will be toward the new year. All right, so we do get the Page of Swords and King of Cups. Thank goodness it's not all to waste. So over the next 30 days, Cancer needs to take a break in some capacity. For some of you, this means they need separation altogether for a period of time. For others of you, they are still in the connection, but they just need a pause. And they're still with you, but they're just on pause, taking time to themselves, recalibrating, or even healing, maybe going into some sort of self-help or therapist, who knows what situation you're in. But after the 30 days passes for the new year, around after the first week of January, there are a lot of communications taking place. Emotions are being shared about how each is feeling, and there's a sense of wanting to be there emotionally and supportive emotionally. So whatever happens between you, you guys are going to be talking again, and you're going to be connecting emotionally again. Now, we do get the strong Queen of Cups and King of Cups energy, and we get the strong Emperor and Empress energy. Of course, she was in reverse because she's seeing that you're not showing up. So really beautiful. A lot of you may be seeing 111 as confirmation over the next 30 days that this is for you. Let's take a deep dive into more of the numbers. Of course, we have our twin flame energy right here at the center. What else do we get here? We get 4, 10, and 10, and 2. So for the Cancers, they are showing up with a 10 and a 10. So 1010. And for the Cancer's person, it's 111. So some of you may be seeing 1010 over the next 30 days as well. So let's go ahead and draw our angel advice, our angel card. So we do get a 101 again. All right, so 101010. A lot of 10s from the Cancer energy. Starting over. Wisdom, transformation, resilience, growth, empowerment, and new beginnings. Happiness stems from self-expression, growth, experiences. View failure as a step to deeper wisdom. So this is a sense of whatever went down and fell apart between you guys. There is value to grow from this and transform and empower yourself from the lessons, gain the wisdom from the lessons, and you're starting over. And again, for some of you, that means you're going to be taking a break altogether and starting over later after a period of time passes, around 30 days, and you'll start communicating again. For others of you, that is starting over and new beginnings, and you're going to have a longer period perhaps of not with each other, but you are going to be communicating, and you're going to be sharing your emotions, and you're going to be trying to start over with yourselves emotionally. So at some point, I do see you guys coming back together, but it's going to vary for each group as to how much healing work has actually taken place. Some of you are just starting over in the connection. Some of you are starting over in the connection and emotionally, which means you've done the work that you need to get into an emotional place that's working for you. Happiness is real and achievable and all around you. Appreciate both the small and significant moments on your journey. Failures are opportunities for renewal, and embrace the fresh start ahead. So very interesting that we get another 10 energy. And I did get 2 Bread of Life energies in the early shuffle before the reading. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, Psalm 34:18. And of course, this is 7 and 9, which is 16, which equates to 7. 7 is all about reflecting, reevaluating, taking a rest. God rested on the 7th day. 7 is all about taking that time that you need to reflect, rest, reevaluate what it is that's happening between you, and what it is you're really looking for, what it is that you're really needing. We do have the 7 here, which is all about boundaries, what you want, what you need, protecting yourself. So the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, so take refuge in the Lord's comfort. Feels like these go together. And we get the Lord upholds all who fall and lifts up all who are bowed down. Psalm 145:14. And of course, that's a 10 and a 5, which is 15, and a 6. A 6 is all about persevering through your difficulties and taking that which is above, your soul's contracts above, and making them here on earth below. And we get that strong energy from our Empress and Emperor. And so there's a strong sense of remembering that when you fall, the Lord will lift you up, and a sense of overcoming and persevering through difficulties, because you are, after all, transforming, evolving, and learning how to show up better for your new beginnings. So this is what we have for you. And remember, whatever happens between you, you guys are going to be communicating again in the new year. For some of you, it will occur right when the new year happens. For some of you, it'll be a week or 2 weeks in. So thank you so much for joining. Love having you guys here, and stop in for the new year. Have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, Diwali, and Kwanzaa. And I will see you guys later.